you been?
I've been great. How about you?
Doing well. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited.
Anytime. So, of course, we're here today to talk about Upside Down Magic on Disney Channel. Can you tell me about the audition process for the film?
So, I had around three auditions for the role of Pepper. I had auditioned previously with the same casting, Susanna and Tyler, so I had known how it worked. You would go in, you would do a quick reading, slate your lines. You usually get some feedback back, and then you repeat the same process. I mean, I had always known that Pepper was such a beautiful character to play, and the way it was written, it just had so many layers and hints that you could help build on the character just from reading it. So that really helped me with my role.
Remember, like, who you're with or, like, the memory of when you found out that you booked the part?
Yeah, I was with my dad, and I believe we were visiting my agents for Christmas or New Year's around that time. So they were like, "Hey, you're going to Canada. You booked the role." They were so nonchalant about it. So,
Hmm.
I mean, it was amazing and a relief because it was all built up tension after the screen test.
For sure. So, what was it like filming in Canada?
I had been to Canada previously for Once Upon a Time. I had been on that series and we had shot in the same area, and I had actually lived in the same hotel for a while. So it was a really nice place to be. I had already known the area a bit, and Canada is just a great place. I mean, the air is a lot more fresh, and the people are so nice, Canadians.
That's awesome. So, you mentioned that you were there for Once Upon a Time. What was it like working on that show?
It was a dream of mine. I had watched Once Upon a Time since I was 5, and it came out in 2010 or 11. So I never thought that I would be on that show. So it was a dream come true, honestly. Everyone was so nice. I had been on that show for a year, and I had made such great friends. I mean, I had met Lana, I had met Colin, I had met um, Rebecca and Andrew and Danya. Everyone was just really nice. And Adam and Eddie, the creators, they were also so great. I mean, I remember meeting their daughters during the rap party, and it was really great.
Definitely. Did you take anything from Once Upon a Time into your acting on Upside Down Magic?
I did. I mean, Lucy and Pepper are two completely different characters. But I mean, that vulnerability in Pepper, I kind of wanted to see a bit of Lucy there. You know, Lucy was always the symbol of hope during season 7 and trying to get everyone together. So it was showing that I was trying to put a little bit of Lucy into Pepper to show that she had hope and that she was actually trying to connect with the others.
For sure. So, you played Pepper on Upside Down Magic. How would you describe your character in more detail?
Well, she was a tough UDM with telekinetic powers. UDM stands for Upside Down Magic. And the only thing wonky about her powers is that she can only push things away from her.
Oh, wow.
So this kind of comes as an advantage later on in the film, but it's still magic regardless.
Definitely. It's like your favorite scene that you filmed.
The ending scene definitely. It was really, I would say that when we were filming it, it was tiring because the whole day, for 2 days we were there,
Oh, wow.
it was muddy, it was rainy, there was a whole bunch of bears. I remember they had to stop for a couple of minutes because a bear was passing and they were just making sure that it didn't come near us. Um, it was a lot of background in the scene, and a lot of people had to go home, especially the kids, because they had worked their time because they had gotten there before us. So it was just a lot of scheduling conflicts at the moment, but it was really fun to do, especially since I finally get to use my powers and show them off. And it's one of those big moments, the climaxes of the film. So it was amazing. It was exhilarating.
And if you could have a magic power of your own, what would you want that to be and why?
Telekinetic powers, obviously. I mean, that's useful for everything. I
Definitely.
would think. I mean, she can, I mean, if she wants to, I bet she can push herself and fly with the amount of power she has pushing things away from her.
For
That
sure.
seems pretty cool.
Awesome. And you mentioned like you filmed in Canada, like we said earlier. What was like a typical day on set like for you?
But it would differ. Sometimes we'd have to wake up at 6 a.m.
Oh, wow.
to get on a van at around 8 a.m. and then drive an hour or so to set because we were filming in the woods.
Mhm.
Um, we would drive an hour or so to set, then we would do some school, some breaks, maybe do some PE and count it as school. And we would have around 3 hours of school a day. And we would try to bank some more if we had the chance so we could use it um, in another day. And then we would film. We would film for the rest of the day, have some lunch, and have some breaks every once in a while. It was pretty compacted.
So you mentioned that you balance school. What grade are you in, and how do you find it balancing school while you're acting?
I am going into 10th grade. I'm
Oh,
15 years old.
cool.
So I was in private school a year ago when we were filming. So that was just um, balancing all the work was a little hard at first, but it eventually just became easier as I learned that, I could still do it when I was at home. I didn't have to finish it all at school on set because it was always that mentality of, I gotta finish. I only have 3 hours of school to finish all the work in one day and learn the lessons that same day too. So no, I would learn the lessons and then I would go home and do whatever homework I needed to catch up on. Um, but I am doing homeschooling now. I had just joined a public school that does homeschooling for actors. So it's pretty good. I'm
Nice.
starting school August 10th.
Wow, that's pretty soon, in a few days even. That's awesome. You've been acting for a while. Is acting something you want to pursue maybe like when you graduate high school, or maybe you want to study in college?
So I definitely want to pursue acting a little bit more. I mean, I do sing, so I want to kind of balance that out. I do want to go to college, maybe have a degree in either medicine or law, and maybe even if I have the chance, just learn a bit more about acting in university. Um, but I mean, yes, I've always wanted to do acting. I still want to do acting. I definitely see myself doing it in the future when I'm 50 years old. So
That's great. And then back to Upside Down Magic. What was like your overall favorite part about working on the project? Did you hang out with the cast a lot? What was that like for you?
We did hang out a lot. I mean, we were the only ones really living in the same building or in the same area. Um, it was kind of like we were put on an island. Well, this is just like an example, but it's imagine like being put on an island where you only know like a block or two what's happening, and you have five other people with you, and you're just all huddled together using just keeping together for information, going out in groups and packs to just stay safe. So it was really funny. We were going shopping, we were going everywhere with each other. We went to the supermarket, we went to walk, we actually went to an exercise class together. So that was really fun.
That's awesome. And the film just came out a few days ago on Disney Channel. Did you have like a debut party, or did you contact your castmates on the day, or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, we did. I mean, we had done a FaceTime a few days before to celebrate, um, getting the premiere boxes and some of our birthdays. Me and Ellie had a birthday.
Happy
Um,
birthday.
yeah, a few days. Oh, thank you. Few days before the film came out, so we went on a FaceTime. And we were all just together for like I think 2 hours around that time. We would play games, and then on the day of the premiere, we had all received boxes. I mean, I have the box right there.
That's
We
so
had
cool.
received boxes that had a sweater, we had some robes, we had some face masks. Um, we texted each other when the movie was airing. We were like, "It's on, it's on!" So it was just, it was really funny.
So all the swag, you have all the Upside Down Magic swag now in your house. That's amazing.
I do. I have it embroidered on a sweatshirt.
That's so cool. And what has it been like for you being a part of like the Disney family? I know that you worked on other projects, but Disney is like really great and definitely something catered towards
I
kids.
think everyone at one point in their life dreams of being a part of Disney. I mean, it's such a big franchise, it's such a big company. I still can't believe that I'm actually in business with the Disney, like the Disney. So it's surreal. I mean, you don't really process it. It's not something that you just process of, hey, suddenly it's like you realize the more that it happens that, oh, this is actually happening. This is real life.
For sure. Definitely, and of course, because you're on Disney Channel, a lot of children look up to you and like saw the movie. What has like the fan reaction been like to the film?
Well, in the books, I was a little scared at first because in the books, Pepper is actually an upside down fuzzy. And her ethnicity is Asian. So I was scared of how fans would react to the change in personality and the change in ethnicity.
Mhm.
It was just, it was a complete 180 of the character. It's just a totally different character. So I guess when a few fans had come onto my Instagram page telling me, "Oh, I had loved the movie. You did a great job playing as Pepper, and it's a little different from the books, but you did an amazing job." I think that it 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 made me happy to see that the fans who had been loyal to the book, who had read the book through the 7 books in the series, had actually enjoyed the character that I put out there, and actually and it didn't have any backlash of the differences in the character. I don't know how to explain it. It was amazing to me, and I felt so happy that they had enjoyed my work and they had been so accepting of me into the family, because this is a huge franchise for the books.
For your character study for the character, did you read the books?
I did read the books. I mean, I had Scholastic because I had used to go to public school,
Yeah.
so I had read the books. I actually have some of the books in my house.
Awesome.
Um, yeah, it was amazing.
That's amazing. And of course, you're on Disney Channel now. Do you have any other dream projects, maybe with Disney or just anything you want to do in your career?
I think one of my dream roles is playing Catwoman. I had seen Holly Berry do her adaptation when I was younger, and I've always wanted to do that. I think any action film, really,
Mhm.
because I had done some various forms of martial arts, so that would just be amazing to just put it to my advantage.
For sure, that would be amazing to see you. And then I know you were on that you were in Life Size too. What was that experience like? I grew up watching the original Life Size. What was it like becoming part of the family in such a huge movie?
Amazing. It was amazing. I had met Tyra, I had met Francia, I had met Shanika. They had all been role models for me previously, and it was I know I say this for everything, but I couldn't believe it. I had met the Tyra Banks, I had met the Francia Razy, I had met the Shanika Knowles. Gavin and Hank were also amazing, and they were so kind to me.
That's awesome. And then also you were on Team Kaylee, I know. What was that experience like for you? I know you're on so many episodes if that is like a regular.
I was a series regular on Team Kaylee. I think my favorite part of that was the live audience. I actually had never done like a comedy show before where it was in like a sitcom. I had never done a sitcom before, so it was different, but it was definitely a learning experience for me.
For sure. And you seem very passionate about acting. What like advice would you have for other young actors who want to maybe follow in your footsteps or get into the industry?
I would say network yourself. Put your name out there, and put in the practice and the work that needs to be done. uh, the character shouldn't feel like someone fake or someone that you're portraying. It should be you.
Mhm.
Well, it should be you. You should become the character.
What are your social media accounts where fans can stay connected with you? Do you know like the handles on Instagram and things like that?
I do. I actually have 2 Instagram accounts. I'm trying to get my first one verified. That one is official TV Allison. Um, official TV Allison with 1 L. And then my backup account is TV Allison, 1 L again, on set. And then my Twitter is TV Allison Actress. And then my TikTok is TV Allison.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.